What is going on, guys? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I wanted to get into the details of Sauce Gardner's contract. He signed a extension on Tuesday, just a couple days ago, and the details have been released on things like the cap hit, how much guaranteed money there is, when the guaranteed money hits, and all that fun stuff. So let's take a look at the video, or let's take a look rather at the contract in this video. As mentioned, the contract doesn't hit until the rookie year deal is over, or the rookie contract's over. So looking at the next 4 years, cap hit wise, 9.4 million, 12.1 million, then up to 23.8 and $29 million before it gets bigger the couple of years after that. But the point that I wanted to make is that in all likelihood, we're going to see the contract get redone around that point if things are going well, right? Like, usually 2 or 3 years into the new deal, a year or so before the next one is set to, or that one is set to expire, they get going on the next one. And the point being that these are very reasonable cap hits for an elite player like that. You're not looking at a cap figure well over $30 million until the very tail end of the contract. And that's even if it really comes into play. At that point, they could, readjust that contract with whatever the market value is 4 years down the line. The Jets get the guarantees out of the way really early in this deal. So there's heavy guaranteed salary in 2026, 25 million of it. Of the 26.75 million in guarantees comes in year 2 as a 26-year-old. So Sauce very much so will still be in the prime of his career at that point. It's not like, you're signing a mega contract to a 28-year-old corner who hits the market and he's getting that mega bonus at 30 years old. It's very, very different. And here's something also I found interesting from Jason Over the Cap. Here's the quote: "From the looks of things, the Jets look to find a way to surpass the Stingley APY while staying below Stingley in the most likely to be earned years of the contract. Here is the year-by-year earnings comparison of Gardner, Stingley, and Horn." And if you look at the chart, in year 0, Sauce 15 mil, 17.6 for JC, and Derek Stingley 25.5. Those numbers for Stingley go 25.5, 46, 67.5. Sauce is 15, 40 in year 1, 60 in year 2, and then they're pretty much the same in year 3. 90 and 90.3 million before you get to year 4 for Sauce to get to that 120.4. So in comparison, honestly, I think the Jets did a really good job with this contract. Yes, you got Sauce to a point where he can say, I'm the highest paid corner in the NFL, getting 30.1 average, the AAV of the contract, if you will. But at the same time, what the Jets are actually paying out is less than what Stingley is getting. And it's a fair market contract, and they did better in comparison to what the Texans did with Derek Stingley. The contract details of the Garrett Wilson deal are not out yet. When that comes out, we can probably talk about that too, but I would expect the same thing. By the time these guys get to 27, 28 years old is likely the time when you're going to start to see a redo on the contract at that point to get it up to par with where the rest of the league is. But as we discussed on both Monday and Tuesday, these deals are going to look really good in a year or so when you get, for corner, there's not a ton of guys that need to get paid like high, big money, but Puka Nacua is going to be due a new contract. Drake London's going to be due a new contract very soon. Malik Neighbors in a couple of years. And if the Jets waited and Garrett Wilson had, 1,200 yards this year, he's probably getting $37 million next year and not the $32.5 that he got this offseason. So again, just wanted to talk about how it was a good piece of business from the Jets to get out in front of both Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson, and how I think the Jets, again, give them some credit. I think they did a really good job with both of these deals. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe here if you're new, and I'll catch you next time.